I never even told you my name. 2,000 years of sermons, 2,000 years of warnings. Don't be like Lot's wife. But nobody ever asked, why did she look back? My name doesn't matter now. What matters is what I left behind in that city. My home, 23 years of it. The curtains I hung. The bread I baked every morning before the city woke up. The neighbors I fought with and forgave and fought with again. My daughter's handprints pressed into the clay walls when they were small. That was in Sodom. And yes, I know what they say about Sodom. I know what happened in those streets at night. I lived there. I saw it. But you don't abandon a place just because it's broken. Sometimes broken places are still home. The angels came at dusk, urgent, almost violent in their insistence. Get out. Now. Don't stop. Don't look back. Just run. And Lot, my husband, he moved without question. He always did what he was told. It was something I admired and resented about him in equal measure. So we ran. The ground began to shake. The sky turned the color of blood and copper. I could feel the heat on my back, like the whole world was being unmade behind us. And then I heard it. Not an explosion, not a crash. Silence. The kind of silence that means something you loved is gone. And I thought about my sister, still in the city. I thought about the old woman who sold figs at the east gate. Did anyone warn her? I thought about the life I built, stone by stone, year by year, that was now turning to ash behind me. And something in my chest, something no angel, no commandment, no amount of running could hold down, broke. I turned, just once, just for a second, not out of disobedience, out of grief, and that was enough. Now ask yourself, what if I had kept running? I survive. I reach the mountains. I live out my days in a cave with my husband and daughters, exiled from everything familiar, starting over from nothing. Is that the miracle? Is survival without mourning supposed to be the gift? Maybe the lesson was never about me being weak. Maybe it's about how dangerous it is to love something God has already judged. Maybe looking back wasn't my sin. Maybe it was the fact that after everything I had seen, everything I knew, I still couldn't imagine a future more powerful than my past. That's not just my story, that's yours too. But Lot's wife looked back and she became a pillar of salt. Genesis 19:26, NIV. Remember Lot's wife. Luke 17:32, NIV. How many of us are still standing at the edge of our own Sodom, frozen mid-step, looking back at a job, a relationship, an identity, a version of ourselves that God has already called us away from? We are not pillars of salt because we look back once. We become pillars when we stay turned around. The angels didn't say, "Don't grieve what you're leaving." They said, "Don't stop moving." The question for today's generation is this: what is still holding your gaze that God has already set on fire?